Hey guys, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade, playing some Aftermath, the new expansion, or DLC, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for BF3, and basically just going to give you guys my thoughts on this. So, Aftermath actually brings some really exciting, great new features to the Battlefield 3 franchise, such as replacing the original blue filter with a yellow filter. Actually, on this map, it's not really there, but on one of the maps in particular, and on a couple of the others, it is kind of like DICE's art direction was like, I don't know, they wanted to go for like pissing directly into your eyeballs or something like that. It's it makes for a refreshing change from the blue, at least. This map actually looks fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, and that goes for like all the maps in the DLC. I mean, they do have a yellow tint for the most part, but they're great looking maps. A lot of detail. In these destroyed cities, and in fact all the maps are kind of samey, to be honest. If you gave them all the same colors tint, I might have kind of a hard time telling them apart, but this guy's fucking mad. I think my teammate shot that guy because I missed tragically with my crossbow bolt. But I mean, the maps are obviously the main thing here, and if you're wondering, which you probably are if you haven't played the DLC yet, or if you're thinking about buying it, particularly, the maps are great. Fuck! Wow, holy shit. I don't know why, but that death made me really angry for some reason. It's actually because before I started recording this video, which is a live commentary, I recorded this commentary earlier, like just before this, literally, to give my thoughts on the DLC, and it turned out I actually wasn't recording. I had DX set up not to actually record, so that didn't really work out so good, and now I'm a little bit angry because, I mean, aside from the fact that I wasn't recording, like, it was a good commentary, but it was also a bad game. I got my shit pushed in pretty bad, so I'm mildly infuriated. I guess is probably why I had that reaction to being killed by that gentleman. The maps are good. They all kind of remind me, to segue back into actually talking about the DLC, they all kind of remind me of Grand Bazaar, presumably because they're in, you know, urban Iranian settings. They all have kind of the same setting as Grand Bazaar, although obviously these are not rainy maps. But they're sort of all city maps, and obviously, again, they're really fucking destroyed, so it's a little bit different. The maps are very samey, but they all do sort of have unique kind of features that set them apart. Like this one has that big ruined street, and there's a construction site through there you saw earlier, which is nice. You know, there's one map that has a giant destroyed palace as kind of the middle thing. So there is a bit of variety. I guess it wouldn't really be true to say that, you know, I can't tell the maps apart without the color tint, guys. That's not entirely accurate. Although they definitely have a very, like, I'd say the feel here is more cohesive than with Armored Kill. You know, Armored Kill, the theme was sort of large maps, and they all had a really unique feel, though. Like, they all had very different kind of environments. You had a desert, you had a snowy area, you had, like, green rolling fields, and you had a nighttime forest. So those all had a really distinct feel, whereas in Aftermath, the maps definitely feel like they're a little bit more strongly adhering to this core central theme of these ruined urban environments. A lot of close quarters fighting in these maps, but also, you know, longer lines of sight, more open areas. But I feel like a lot of it's sort of narrow streets and alleyways and stuff like that, which is fine. Overall, I'd say this is the Conquest 32 player variant, not the Conquest large variant of this map. But, you son of a bitch! Man, I can't fucking get any crossbow kills today. The other night, last night, I was doing pretty good with this. And, I'm really mad because one of the main fucking things I wanted to talk about was how cool the crossbow is. Oh, snap, son. There we go. There we go. Now you're getting a TTC. Vehicles coming to fuck my day up really good, though. Gonna get away from that. The new vehicles, there's 3 of them. A sort of a van with a machine gun on it that's fired by the driver. And there's a Humvee with a grenade launcher and a machine gun on it. That's a modified Humvee. And there's a modified Vodnik with a machine gun and a fucking anti-tank gun. And, man, this, like, one smoke effect right here looks fucking amazing, by the way. I noticed this last night. I was like, damn, son. I mean, if you go outside, it looks a little bit... I know there's an enemy up there, but fuck it, this is more important. Like, if you go outside, it looks a little bit more ghetto, but, like, while you're in here, it's just like, holy shit, guys, this looks fucking great. Anyway... You. Fuck. Shouldn't have shot him in the dick. Probably should have aimed a little bit higher. Would have killed him. So the maps are mostly close quarters oriented. There's also longer areas. They're not vehicle heavy, which I like. I'm an infantry focused player myself, so there are vehicles on these maps, but not many, not even in Conquest Large. There will be like, there's no jets or attack helicopters on any of these maps. There are the scout helicopters, and their main battle tanks, and there are BTRs, LAVs, that kind of stuff. But there's none of that really dominant air superiority kind of stuff. And just not that many vehicles in general, which I like, and I feel it suits the maps, because most of them, as I said, are more close quarters, a lot of small airways, not that many places for vehicles to actually go. I like that. You know, if you really like Armored Kill, and that's like the only kind of battlefield you want to know about, I guess these maps probably aren't going to be for you, because they are pretty low on the vehicle count, and they are mostly tight. I'd say the maps are medium-sized. I think I already mentioned that. Which is, just fine. They're good maps. They're good maps, damn it. The layouts are nice, it's fun, it's good, they look good, they're cool, they're fun, they're good. Okay, I think I pretty much covered the maps. Aside from that, the crossbow, a lot of people were mad when DICE, well, I was mad myself when DICE initially removed, they removed from the website and stuff, and they had said on their own Twitter that there would be new weapons in both Aftermath and Endgame, and they just kind of stealthily removed it from the premium page. And, like, stopped talking about the new weapons completely, and it seemed like DICE had just fucking lied, and, like, or, like, had cut the fucking new weapons, and I was kind of mad about that, because it was, like, promised features in the expansion pack, and then they just cut them, and, like, I know that the terms of the agreement for buying premium or whatever, they can do that, but, I mean, it's still really fucking lame to actually do it, and, you know, you're always disappointed when people do things that are really fucking lame. Man, I should have been looking at my monitor. I could have killed that guy. Instead, I was looking at my coffee for some reason, reflecting on the lameness. Had to aim out of the corner of my eye. But when they announced that it was going to be a crossbow instead of new guns like we got in the other expansion packs, I was cautiously optimistic. I thought, you know, okay, so maybe it's not 100% novel of an idea adding a crossbow to a military shooter. I do think if you're going, oh, they're ripping off COD, you're a fucking idiot. But, I mean, I can't claim that they're the first people to ever think of this. Oh, yeah, son, he got me, but I got him. My crossbow. Yeah, that's what I like to see on my kill cam. A fucking dead man. Oh, sweet, I don't live again. Perfect. So, I mean, it's something we haven't seen in BF3, and it's something that's a little bit more unique and different from just adding more guns that, let's be honest, are going to be kind of similar anyway to guns that are already in the game. So, I mean, what more guns do they really need to add? There's already a shitload of weapons. And sure, there are plenty of other guns they could add, but, I mean, ultimately, a lot of the guns already feel pretty similar. There's not much point, I'm not convinced, adding new guns. And the crossbow, in terms of performance, it's not a practical weapon, really, because of how long it takes to reload. If there's more than one enemy, you're going to be fucked. If you can't aim, you're going to be fucked. If he's recon, though, you're still fucked because he had an M5K, not a sniper rifle, because he wasn't completely retarded. That's impressive. Good job, recon. So it's not really practical as a primary weapon, which is probably why it goes in a gadget slot here, not in your primary weapon slot. Makes sense, right? And the main thing I'd say about it, though, is that it's a hell of a lot of fun to use. I've been using it a shitload, like even giving up my medkit on Assault to have this thing, not because it's actually good, but because it's just really fucking fun. I mean, it's a lot, it's like a little bit harder to aim than most of the guns in the game. You got slower projectiles, more drop. It's a one-hit kill at close range, out to maybe like 15 or 20 meters. It's a one-hit kill to the chest. After that, you need to aim for the head. And so that's kind of cool. But I mean, mostly, I don't know. There's just something really satisfying and fun about using it. I can't quite put my finger on what it is. But I'm actually, for one, really fucking happy they added this. No, it's not practical. No, you won't see people. Maybe once I unlock the explosive bolts, like, because I think they can damage vehicles. So, I mean, maybe you'd use that in Assault or something if you wanted the vehicle-damaging weapon. But, you're not going to see people using this thing competitively or anything like that. but it's just really fucking fun. I can't even explain why. It's hilarious. It's a crossbow, and you shoot people, and they die, and it's just fun, guys. Fucking recon. I couldn't get him. Maybe when I get the scoped crossbow, things will be different. I bet I should be able to get him with this. Need to aim higher, though. A lot of drop on this thing at long range. I think somebody else. Alright. Okay, I saw where that hit. I need to aim a lot higher. Still. Didn't see where that one hit. It did miss. I think I am too high that time. Not sure. Haven't quite figured out the drop for like long ranges. I do okay at medium range and stuff like that. At that kind of distance, it gets a lot harder. So there's quite a bit of drop. I don't know. The crossbow is a hell of a lot of fun, guys. Aside from that, the maps and the crossbow are most of the expansion pack content. There's also the new game type, Scavenger, which I'm not playing here because I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the crossbow. And in Scavenger, you can't reliably have a crossbow because you just start with a pistol. Scavenger is a lot of fun. I'll be putting up a video of that probably tomorrow. I really like Scavenger. There's some other minor little touches I didn't mention, like the new player models and the new vehicles, which are... Did I mention the new vehicles in this one? I mentioned in the last one. New player models are a cool little touch that just add a little bit more flavor to it. It's a good expansion pack, all things considered. I like it. I think it's fun. I'm not even mad. To be honest, I pretty much think if you're still playing the game at this point, you should buy Premium. That is... If you don't want to, this is a good expansion pack on its own, I guess. But yeah, guys, Premium's a good deal if you're still trying to play the game. Anyway, I'm starting a new BF3 series shortly. I'll be live streaming more in the coming days than I have been. And hopefully you guys will check that stuff out. Let me know what you thought of the video as always. Until next time, Troubletcat, sinking into depression in an earthquake-ruined Tehran.